Welcome to Greene County Conversations. I'm Commissioner Mike Belding, and today we had an opportunity to get out of the office, and we're at the Wisecarver Recreation Area. Most of you have probably heard about Wisecarver. It's been an ongoing project for literally years between the planning, engineering studies, and raising funding for it. A little bit later, we're going to have Commissioner Betsy McClure and Commissioner Zimmerman come up and talk specifics, and Bret Moore will add a couple of comments at the end. He's the Director of Parks and Recreation. Let me introduce Betsy McClure at this time.
Hi, welcome everybody to Wisecarver Park. Wanted to just get online here today and answer some questions. We had a drone footage on Facebook. It's probably been in the last month, and there were a lot of questions that came back. So we wanted to come and be live and answer some of those questions, and we thought, what better place than right here live at Wisecarver Park? You know, this is going to be a future destination for Greene County to showcase. So just getting right into the questions, will anything be done to improve the shoreline? Yes, there will be some shoreline improvements, fishing piers installed, also 2 kayak launches. One that will be attached to the parking lot here, which I'm sure you'll get to see here in a little bit, and it'll be ADA accessible. Then there'll be one further down the shore, and it will not be ADA accessible, but absolutely will be nice for you to get in there. And we will not be allowing any motors on the water. It'll be non-motor boats. What kind of product will be used for the walking trails? And will you be able to rollerblade or ride bikes? No rollerblading will be allowed on the trail, but you will be able to walk with or use bicycles and of course walk. So that'll be coming, and I know so many have asked me about walking trails in Greene County. The other one that I'm really excited about, it will be the connector trail that will go from Wisecarver eventually all the way into McDonald's in Waynesburg. So you will be able to ride, possibly rollerblade on that one, but that will be in the future. Now, the other question that I think is important is about funding. Is the total budget approved and allocated for the park? In talking about this, the total build out is $6 to $7 million. Not all the funding is secured yet. We are working on a phased-in approach. Up until this point, we have used grants and industry partner matches for the grants, but we have looked at allocating some Act 13 funding for the park in the future. So I hope that answers your questions as far as funding for our park at this time. Will there be a dog park? Yes, there are plans to have a doggy park. We're not quite sure where that's going to go, but we will definitely be having a doggy park. I think that really completes a park when you have an area where you can bring your pets. Phase 1 is almost complete. You can see that we have 1 ball field completed. There is some walking trail, the parking lot. Phase 2 will be coming with the kayak launch, the ADA accessible one, as well as a snack shop and a playground, which will be central here. This park will be open so the public will be able to come and use it. Of course, the softball fields will be used as a revenue generator, not only to keep park maintenance, but also to economically in our community. And in closing, just to talk about the 18-acre reservoir. There will be fishing permitted in the reservoir. We're hoping that, and I'm pretty sure that Fish and Boat Commission will be stocking that, as well as Fish and Boat Commission will be in charge of the reservoir and be policing it. Thank you, and I hope that everyone will have an opportunity to come out and watch Wisecarver develop and enjoy it for years to come.
Hi, this is Commissioner Blair Zimmerman, and before we conclude this month's podcast, I have a few things I want to add. Really want to thank the Southwest Water Authority, especially Joe Somatic and Dave Pollock. This was a dream of Joe's, and he actually got this all started, and he retired before it moved forward. Attorney Dave Pollock is the attorney for Southwest Water. He contacted me and said, hey, we don't want to let this project go away. And so, along with the Board of Commissioners, we contacted the authority, sat down, and Tim Faddis, who's the president or CEO of the Water Authority now, said, this is a great idea. I want to follow up and keep it going. So that's why we're here, and this is where this is at. Now, behind the camera are 2 people that were involved early on. Jeremy Kelly was a big part of this, and Jeremy's hiding back there, and he didn't want to be seen. And Bret Moore is our Director of Parks and Recreation. And Bret, You don't want on camera either? Okay. But again, this is going to be a great, kayaking and fishing is going on forever here, but it's going to offer so much more, and we're excited.
Hi, I'm Bret Moore. I'm the Director of Parks and Recreation, and Wisecarver comes under our department and will be in charge of the programming here. In addition to the softball fields and the water activities, we've got other activities planned for the future, including an amphitheater, a drone park, and a 3D archery range. We'd love to work collaboratively with the public, so if you have any suggestions about programming that we could run here at Wisecarver, please feel free to contact me at the Parks and Recreation office. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jeremy Kelly with Greene County Planning and Community Development. Some questions have kind of come up about the permitting processes that we go through, and the fact is, Wisecarver is a high-quality watershed. It is one of many in our county, and although it is a blessing that we have a high quality, when it comes to permitting, it oftentimes becomes a longer process. So we are working on 2 projects right now. One, both of which have a kayak launch. So we are working with the Greene County Conservation District, that in turn is also working with PADEP. So we're trying to get the quickest, best way to actually handle that right now. And they're going to actually create a kind of a combined joint permit. So that's what we're going through with them. It'll be probably over the summer. It'll take several months. They're going to work together to get that done. In the process, we also talk about the 2 other potential ball fields eventually. So we also have a permit that's on this site that will eventually have to be modified, and hopefully we can keep this permit open long enough. When that begins, it'll just be a major modification. The other thing that we are also working on in the planning side of things would be the feasibility study from Wisecarver to the McDonald's on 21. That would be a great opportunity to pull people from Waynesburg Borough as well as Morrisville's side to come here and enjoy these amazing facilities.
Thank you for those that briefed the Wisecarver projects and what we can look forward to in the future. As we always do, I'd like to close today's program out with the July events. And if you don't mind, I'm going to read from a list so I don't miss anything. Lots of activities on the 4th of July, which start with the Lions Club Park at a 7 a.m. pancake breakfast and last all day at the Lions Club Park, concluding with fireworks. Also on the 4th of July, there's a fireworks celebration at the Jefferson Volunteer Fire Company, and that begins at dark. Also at the Lions Club Park is the car show, and that starts at noon. And there's also Pennsylvania Fish for Free Day. Anyone can fish in PA waterways without a license, although all other regulations still apply. Legendary Con is bringing nostalgia, pop culture, and celebrities to the tri-state area on July 8th and 9th, and that begins at 10 o'clock each day at the EQT Rec Center. Sounds of Summer musical series continues, and those happen on Tuesday evenings at the Lions Club Park, along with some food vendors and craft sales. This month, you can see Tom Ankrum and Cole Leathers on the 11th of July and Tim Reeves on the 25th of July. Just as an early reminder, the Greene County Fair goes the second week of August. This year, it's on the 6th to the 12th of August at the fairgrounds. And this concludes this month's episode of County Conversations. We're glad you have an opportunity to see some of the recreational areas that are being developed in Greene County, and we look forward to seeing you in the future. Thank you.